I am all ready to go. So, all right. Well, thank you all for having me. So I'm going to speak to you briefly today about two pieces of technology, one's software, one's hardware. The first one being actually BlueStacks. And this is not the area in the library where you go to be sad. This is freeware, which was created by a host of software companies, Microsoft, AMD, and Samsung, among a few others. And they kind of came up with a response to take all your mobile apps that are housed on Mac or Android and actually have them accessible on your PC. Now, BlueStacks I don't think is available for Macintosh operating systems, so it is for PCs. But it's a great way to kind of democratize the mobile app experience for any user. So essentially, it's freeware. You can type it into Google, download the driver, install it, and away you go. And I'll just bring, so it's really great in a classroom. Let's say you don't have a tablet or a smartphone, or you forgot it at home. You can just throw this up quickly, access whatever you need to, and away you go. I'm trying to show the ease of use, but apparently it doesn't want to cooperate. So I will come back to that. And just moving on then to the BrightLinks, our new projector systems that we have going into 4 classrooms. It's made by Epson. It's the first 3 LCD interactive projector, meaning that it's pretty much a cost-efficient alternative to the smartboard technology. So it's about a fraction of the cost, which is great. And you can pretty much do the same movements, the same kind of stuff that you would do on a smartboard, but just at a lesser cost. So I'll just go over pretty much the quick, the key features of the projector. The first one being touch interactivity. So essentially, you can go up to it with the pen. If I grab the right one, yep. And instead of using your mouse, you can just use the pen. We don't have it set up yet, but you should be able to use your fingers on it. So if your pen dies, it works on batteries, you can still use it. So pretty easy. You don't even have to be touching the screen, as you can see. It just kind of moves around with the sensors. The other great aspect of this is the PC-free interactivity. You don't need a computer set up to the actual projector. You can wirelessly project anything from document camera, or sorry, that would be a hardwired connection, but you can project from any app, tablet, smartphone, anything you want, to the point where you can have actually 4 simultaneous broadcasts on the screen. So essentially, if you had 4 students in your room and you wanted to compare, contrast their work together on their phones, you could bring all 4 up, it would partition in the middle, and you'd have 4 screens. So it's pretty cool in that regard. Also, with the touch-based interactivity, 6 people can simultaneously be interacting with the board, so it has that capability for multiple sensory. And this kind of brings me to the collaboration for the bring your own device, bring your own equipment. Again, you can pretty much connect anything you want. It allows students to kind of open up their technology for you guys to see as well. You can make use of that with Chris and Scott's Google Docs. I mean, you could have groups of 4 working on each Google Doc, but then you could bring up 4 Google Docs. So you don't necessarily need everyone working on the same one. Also, another cool little thing, let's say we have a classroom that doesn't have a really good document camera. Essentially, if you're broadcasting wirelessly from smartphone, turn on your camera, you have a document camera. So you have that capability too. And the final interesting bit, probably most applicable for everyone here, is the digital annotation. So essentially what you can do, you can bring up a PowerPoint. I'll just bring up one I did for the English department. And as we saw Chris and Scott making lines, you can select the pen mode, which will take it off the mouse mode, but you can go in and then create your annotations. With this, we haven't set it up quite yet, so I can't show you today, but you can take digital screenshots and then save them onto your computer. So as you're going, students are making great points and you don't want to kind of lose them. You're able to do that quite easily.
So you could use that pen to write on
Yeah,
the screen.
definitely.
And then take a digital
screenshot of it, and then have it. So what I'll do, I'll just go over kind of the basic features of it. It's quite simple to use once you get it going. As you can see here, this is kind of your controller between your two devices. So you kind of have to switch between the mouse and the drawing capability. So again, I'm back on mouse, closing stuff off. If I want to make my notes, again, just click here, back to the pen, and then you're in pen mode. So quite simple. The other features here, open up that little tab. It gives you just kind of a listing of whatever pen tools you want to use. So you can go into kind of like a fatter brush or not. Okay. Well, you can change the size of the brush. You have an eraser on here. It's quite simple. But I think the really cool feature here is at the top. You have two kind of computer screens here. One is indicating that we're on the main kind of image. And then this one right here actually turns it into a virtual whiteboard. So you can kind of go back and forth between the two. You can make your notes up here, so you know, want to make sure you're clicked on. So you know you can make your notes visual link. And then back to your PowerPoint, continue on, change back over. So if you didn't really want to muddle your screen, you're good in that capacity. It's quite simple to use, as you can see. It's just a matter of kind of getting used to the technology. And yeah, so any questions about the tech so far? Vicki, sorry.
Which classrooms are they in? Can I teach in one of them?
Yes.
So I don't have to wash up every day.
That's why we bought it, precisely for you.
Yeah, okay, so they are in W102, 103, E210, and it's being added to W112. And then the classrooms I talked about that we're getting access to this summer would be W102, W18, and A1. Now, let me know, I mean, certainly, if you have a need for this, let me know what rooms you're in, because it's just a matter of getting access to these classrooms. I mean, because obviously we can't do this when classes are in session, so I look for rooms where there's not classes being taught, or else we do stuff in December, we do stuff in February as well. So yeah, so let me know what your needs are, and we can see if we can accommodate them. And then we also thought about having another training session. What Steve didn't mention is, and what they failed to tell us, is that for wireless connectivity, you have to purchase another module. So we have now purchased that, but it hasn't arrived yet. So that's why the library could not do their iPad wirelessly. We had to plug them in. But that is something that we have purchased, and so that we could do a more detailed training session like in August or in the beginning of September, just reminding you how this works. And then you could book time in these rooms to practice and experiment, because it's getting, as Stephanie would probably say, it's getting comfortable with how this tech works, how it turns on and turns off. But these then replace those interactive smart boards.
Sorry, Tom.
Yeah, I'm just curious with all the hardware connecting to wirelessly to the projector. What does it look like on the console?
It's the exact same mirror
You're
image.
you're basically seeing what's on the screen on the console.
Yeah, we still have to install a few drivers where it's going to interact with the interactivity. So for it to pick up on the pen movements and everything, to annotate it actually onto your screen, takes a little more tweaking, but we should get there probably soon. Yeah. Yeah.
Is there a possibility to separate that console from what's going on the screen?
That's a very good question. So you're thinking of just having like an empty space on that? Like, were you thinking of mirroring
I
or?
lecture digitally. So
Okay.
I like to kind of separate what the students see on that screen, and then whatever I want.
Oh, okay. Well, you can simply expand your display. So you have your master display, and then the extended display would just be the extra window. You drag and drop whatever content you want. Maybe that's the easiest way.
So I was just curious just how.
Yeah, for sure. Sorry, Jennifer?
Does it save the output? Does it allow you to save what
Yes.
you and then take it away?
Yeah. So we're still trying to figure that out. It's a bit of with the drivers and all that stuff. So, but yeah, it has that feature.
So
Teresa?
the situation now in these classrooms, unlike in the older classrooms, which most of us are in the older classrooms,
Mm-hmm.
And we don't, like, there will be wireless connections, so we don't have to hook up?
Yep, there will be that capability.
Or we could,
Or you could go, and some of the newer classrooms do have the laptop plugins now, so you'll see just mounted on the wall, laptop VGA input.
so
And
we'll
then
have
it's a-
workshops on this, right?
Yeah, yeah, definitely, yeah.
We are also